Hello everyone, and thanks for tuning into the Financial Investor channel. My name is Brent, and today we're going to be answering a question I was recently asked by a viewer and subscriber on the channel. They recently dropped it here in the chat group. I have a chat group here. You know that YouTube has a chat group. I created a Financial Investor chat group. I shared it over my community tab, so anybody would like to join can join. I will have a link here in the comment section if you guys would like to join in, say hello, have some discussions. I think it's fun to kind of chat with other investors. So they recently dropped the question here. How do could you do a video going over dividend prediction? Supposedly, you can run numbers on it and show when, you don't really have to run numbers as far as when a company is supposed to increase their dividend, but there's ways of saying when a company is more likely to increase their dividend, what's the safety behind them raising their dividend, and how much are they going to be raising it by. So I thought that would be a pretty good video, just a very quick video today, nothing really planned out. So this probably comes out from, I posted over on the 28th that I made some new buys. I bought Apple and I bought Altria. Now I said Apple is expected to increase their dividend from $2.92 to roughly $3.10 to about $3.30 in May. Now this whole question of dividend predictability, why did I say that Apple is supposed to be increasing their dividend? Well, Apple, for the most part, if you take a look here at Dividend.com, this is the website I use for gathering dividend information as well as a few others. But we can see here that Apple is due to pay out a dividend per share of 73 cents. That goes ex-dividend on the 8th of February, and then you get paid out here on the 14th of February. So very quick turnaround here. Now, I had said here on my Facebook page that they're expected to raise their dividend here in May. I didn't say May. Oh, yeah, I did say May. From $2.92 to about $3.10 and $3.30. So how did I come up with that? So using Dividend.com, if we slide down here towards the bottom, you can see their dividend history. Now, for a while now, since back in, say, what was this year? 2014. Prior to that, it was sort of scrambled. But 2014, it started getting a little bit more predictable. So they were at 47 cents per share. Now, right around May timeframe, they bumped it up to 52 cents per share. Right around May timeframe, the next year in 2016, they bumped it to 57 cents per share. In 2017, they bumped it to 63 cents per share. In 2018, they bumped it to 73 cents per share. Now, they recently announced and paid out, they're going to be paying out the 73 cents payout, and this is for January. They're going to be going earnings again in May, and at that time, they're going to be declaring a dividend increase in May. So that is when they're expected to raise their dividend. Now, how can you find out by how much they're going to be raising their dividend by? Well, you could look at the trend here. So I'm going to look at the last 3 years for Apple. So Apple, and we could look at dividend, and over a 3-year period, let's go ahead and get rid of some of these. I was looking at some metrics and normalized here. So over the past 3 years, Apple has an increase there of 40.38. We divide that by 3, and that gives you their average dividend increase rate of 13.46. We could actually do this by 10 just to get a 10-year period. That might be a little bit better. So 92.83, divide that by 10. So roughly 9.2% is their dividend percent change over the past 10 years. So I can expect possibly here, they had a very nice increase here recently of about 14%. If we look at the 1 year here, yeah, basically increase it by almost 14, 15, 16% there. So very nice hike. We can take a look going back to Dividend.com and taking a look here at 73 cents per share. We want to bust out another calculator here. So 0.73 times 4 plus 9.2%. Okay, that puts Apple right around $3.18 per share, or over a quarter, to 79 cents per share. So we could say 0.73 plus 9.2%. Whoops, what did I do here? 0.73 plus 9.2%. And that puts it right around the same thing. So 79 cents, multiply that by 100. Oh, I'm sorry, divide that by 100, times that by 4 to get our annual payout. So Apple in the next in May will probably declare that they're going to be increasing their dividend to about 78 cents, maybe 79 cents, maybe within that range. But I could expect that Apple will pay roughly $3.10 to $3.30 sometime around May. Now, that would put, let's see, 330, and let's see here, 330 would be their new annualized payout. They're currently having earnings per share of 11.76. That would give them a payout ratio going forward right around 28%. Now, is this pretty safe for them here using earnings? Yes, this is extremely safe. They're still paying out extremely low. 28% of their earnings in May are going to get paid out to their shareholders. If that's what they're using. However, they're paying out to their shareholders. It's a very low amount there, 28%. So that is still very safe. Now, what else could you use to sort of measure their safety? You could look at Apple's operating income and capital expenditures. Okay, so let's take a look here. Let's hand out our two calculators. We can also use free cash flow to sort of see how safe their dividend is. We could take a look here at their current operating income of 23.35 billion, and we could subtract their current capital expenditures of 3.355 billion. That leaves them with free cash flow of 19.99 billion dollars. Now they pay out 3.57 billion to their shareholders. So we can go this number here in the red, that's their dividends payout per quarter to their shareholders. That's $3.57 billion to their shareholders. You would think that's a lot, but in total, $1 billion of their free cash flow here that's left over, that right there is 19.995. That is only 17.85% of their free cash flow that they're generating. So again, looking at earnings, where's earnings? We have the calculation here of roughly 28% from their earnings and their free cash flow. Looking at their free cash flow payout, that's basically 18% of their free cash flow. So both of those margins fall very good. Now, Apple, they started paying out a dividend back in 2013, so they really haven't paid out during a recession period, but Apple's probably not a great company to look at here during the recession period. They didn't really start pumping out those iPhones till I believe 2009. So if we take a look here at their price history during that recession period, you can see Apple did dip here during these little dark marks here that are in on the graph. Those are recession periods. During recession periods, this is, everyone sort of needs their phone. They recycle and cycle out phones. Right now, there hasn't been a big cycle, but after 5G, hopefully kind of Apple gets on board there. But recession periods, they normally kind of trudge through and recover through those periods. I don't have a great website for pulling up earnings for Apple for those periods. We can see here that Apple recently came out with their earnings. Let's see, earnings. We want the physical report. And we can see here that Apple came out with earnings of $4.18 per share. Their consensus was $4.17 per share. So they beat it by a whole cent there, not a whole lot. Reported revenue was 84.31. Estimated revenue was 84.10, so they beat there as well. Oh, that's an increase of 0.2. Okay, but I guess the growth, year-over-year growth. So the revenue year-over-year was down 4.5, and their earnings growth year-over-year was up 7.5. So Apple still did really well here. We can see for the day, they were up 6.83 because I'm recording here on Wednesday. Now, going forward, I believe we already had said the earnings for 2019. So yeah, they don't have the yearly in here. I thought they would. Okay, but I don't want to make the video too long. We've already covered some of the basic things that I look at as far as when I expect stocks to increase their dividend. We could look at a few others here. Johnson & Johnson, when are they likely to raise their dividend? We could do the exact same thing. We could come down here, look at their dividend history. They went to 84 cents here to 90 cents in March. So Johnson & Johnson just paid out their 90-cent share to their shareholders in March, and in the next quarter they went from 84 cents to 90 cents. Let's go ahead and do a quick math there. 0.9 is their current, 0.9 is their current one. We subtract their past of 0.84, divide by their 0.9 minus 0.84 divided by 0.84, multiply that by 100. So that was an increase there of 7.14. So 0.9 plus 7.14%. Johnson & Johnson will probably increase their dividend to about 96 cents per share. Multiply that by 4. They're probably going to be bumping up to $3.85 for their annualized payout. Their earnings per share is $8.14. $8.14. That gives them a payout ratio of 47%, so not a big drop there. We could probably do the whole estimate with their free cash flow and the recession periods, but we know Johnson & Johnson, huge drug manufacturer, very recession-proof, just trudges along, and this company very very rarely gets slammed by stuff, and still recently with that asbestos stuff. But that's just some of the information in there that I wanted to kind of cover as far as dividend predictability, when stocks are expected to raise their dividend, how much are they expected to raise their dividend, how to calculate their earnings per share when they do raise their dividend, how much, what's their payout ratio going to likely be, using their free cash flow, how likely are they to continue raising and paying out that dividend? Is it within a safety margin there? So that is all I wanted to cover in today's video. If you guys did enjoy it, remember to hit that thumbs up button below. I'm sorry I didn't want to make it too long, too dried out. It was sort of a quick little video. So that is it for this video. If you guys have any comments, questions, going over anything in today's video, drop it in the comment section below. Also, if you haven't checked out the chat group, it's free. I have it out there. I'll have it in the comment section below. Join the group, say hello, and that is it. Thank you all for tuning in. I will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.